over the hills, and through the valleys. All the time he was looking for the end of the rainbow. Must find the end. Must find the end, he puffed. When Thomas passed Henry, Henry asked him for some help. "Sorry," cried Thomas, "I don't have time to stop. I'm looking for the end of the rainbow." But the end of the rainbow was always just around the corner. Finally, Thomas passed Toby. "Slow down, Thomas," Toby cried. "There's something ahead on your tracks." But Thomas wasn't listening. He was sure the end of the rainbow was just around the corner. And then there was trouble. Thomas hit the telegraph pole, and they all came off the tracks. Luckily, no one was hurt. "Cinders and ashes," Thomas cried. Thomas was stuck. His driver couldn't phone for help. The telephone lines were still not working. Then Thomas spotted Percy far away. "Help!" cried Thomas. "Percy, help!" And he whistled as loudly as he could. Thomas watched sadly as Percy puffed away. "Percy isn't talking to me because I didn't have time to talk to him," thought Thomas. "I was too busy chasing the end of the rainbow." Thomas knew it was his fault. But Percy had heard Thomas's whistle. He knew Thomas was in trouble, and he was hurrying to get help. "Thomas is in trouble!" Percy called out as he passed Henry. Then Henry told Bertie the bus. And Bertie told the children. The children told James. James told Harold the helicopter. And Harold the helicopter told Harvey. Harvey set off right away. Harvey found Thomas in no time at all. Soon he had them all back on the tracks. "Thank you for rescuing us, Harvey," said Thomas. Harvey told Thomas how the message had been passed on. "All of your friends have helped rescue you," he said. Thomas was very happy indeed. Thomas puffed along. The rainbow was still in the sky. But Thomas didn't try to find the end of the rainbow. He worked as hard as he could until all the telephones were working again. As Thomas returned to Tidmouth Sheds, he was amazed to find the end of the rainbow. It was right over Tidmouth Sheds. "The old story was right," gasped Thomas. "There is something magical at the end of the rainbow. My friends. Friends are the most wonderful thing of all." Thomas and the new engine. The trains on the island of Sodor keep very busy. There are always lots of jobs to do. One morning, Sir Topham Hatt came to Tidmouth Sheds. "A new engine has arrived on the island," he announced. "His name is Neville. You must all make him feel welcome. A happy engine is a useful engine." Later, Thomas was stopped at a signal. The signalman called down to Thomas. "The bridge ahead is unsafe. Thomas, you ought to collect a piece of ironwork so the bridge can be repaired." "Yes, sir," huffed Thomas. At the yards, Harry and Bert were with Neville, the new engine. Neville was a steamy, but he had a square body like a diesel. Neville was backing up towards some trucks. "Nearly there," said Harry cheekily. "Nearly there," said Bert naughtily. Then there was trouble. "Watch where you're going, clumsy wheels," Harry and Bert laughed. Neville looked sad. "It's not our fault if you're a silly steamy," oiled Bert, and they laughed even harder. Thomas arrived at the yards. He could see Harry and Bert laughing with Neville. That must be the new engine, he thought. He must be friends with the Diesels. Thomas arrived at Knapford Station. "Have you seen the new engine yet?" asked James. "Yes," said Thomas, "but we'd better be careful. I saw him at the yards with Harry and Bert. They were laughing together." James was shocked. A steamy, friendly with Diesels? As Thomas left, Edward pulled in. "Have you heard about the new engine?" snorted James. And he started to tell Edward all about Neville. Later, Edward was taking on water. He was talking to Percy. "That new Stevie Neville is best friends with the Diesels," Edward puffed. "He doesn't want to be with Stevies at all." "How do you know?" peeped Percy. "James told me and Thomas told him," whistled Edward. Later, Percy met Emily at a red signal. "Don't go near Neville the new engine," he told her. "The Diesels have told him to biff into Steamies."